Yeah, next from Army Rock Show, we've got the middle letter of DMK. That's M as in Merrill for Merrill of Dunbar, Merrill and Carl. The band name is DMK. Ted Merrill on the line. Ted, good friend of the show. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How have you been?
I'm doing great, man. Where are you at tonight? Are you in Massachusetts or are you in Maryland? Where are you at tonight?
Tonight I'm in Maryland, but soon we will be in Maryland also. We're playing Baltimore March 3rd with Y&T. We're direct support, the only other band playing, so it's a great slot. It's going to be a huge hometown show for me, so I'm really, really psyched and can't wait. And that's,
yeah, I'm going to ask you. Yeah, man, I'm going to ask you a little bit more about that show in just a couple minutes here. But first, I do want to ask you, you got a brand new single. It's out now, so tell folks the name of the new tune and where they can pick that up.
It is called Good Times. Very, very simple to remember. And you can pick it up digitally anywhere, preferably iTunes, the easiest. We released it today, and so far we've had a great reception in just, a very short amount of time. People are loving it, and we're very proud because we worked very hard on this song, and, I get to sing on it a little bit, so it's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, that's a first for us. We don't get to hear you sing very often. Now, so the song came out today, and we're going to play it tonight on the show. But you had a pretty big name mixing and mastering the song, didn't you?
Yes, we did, Mr. Mark Slaughter from Slaughter. Great guy.
So have you worked with Mark before? Tell us a little bit about the experience of working with Mark Slaughter.
We worked with him actually way back when we did our very first song, back before we thought this was even going to be a band. It was just, something to do for fun. And it was a cover of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Way back.
I remember it. We played it on the show.
Almost over a year ago. And, he is good friends with our singer, Scotty. They've been good friends for a while. And he was interested in mixing that, and it came out so well. Fast forward to now, and he actually, he was very, very supportive of the band, and he's like, I want this to sound the absolute best that you guys have ever sounded. So he did it, and it sounds amazing the way, it was recorded by a guy named Kenny Lewis. We've recorded with him pretty much, I think every song we've done so far is recorded with him, and he did a great mix on it. And then Mark took that mix and mastered it, and it's just, it sounds bombastic and loud, but it sounds real. It doesn't sound, like it was put through a computer. It sounds very, very classic, I would say, but still heavy.
Yeah, you mentioned your singer Scotty is friends with him. Do you ever just kind of scratch your head and marvel at all the many people that Scotty is friends with?
I do. As a matter of fact, it's very surreal for me because I grew up, like Slaughter, Great White, all these guys, Danger, Y&T. I grew up listening to all those guys and loving all of them, and now I get to meet these people, and you get to meet them, as friends, and it's very surreal for me, but very cool. And all these people are very nice and down to earth, which is great because. You hear all the horror stories in the rock world, and to know that these guys are, the real deal and very nice, it's very cool for me. Yeah,
some of the ones you mentioned are nice. I've had the pleasure to meet Mark a few times. He's always been nothing but a class guy with us. He's not, Mark's known as a singer, but the dude can play. You're a guitar player. Mark can play a little guitar, can't he?
Oh, yes, he can. That is one thing people, they don't really notice because he's, he's more of the rhythm guitar player in the band, but if you hear his new solo album, for instance, that guy has always been able to riff like crazy. And a lot of people don't know that, it's one of the things where he's kind of, from my understanding, he's just kind of taking a back seat and done what's best for the band or what's best for the song, but he can shred. He's a great player. Well,
yeah, it's a little known thing about him, and it's so funny. I remember years ago, I was at the F3 Festival, and the band Nelson came out, who you'll remember, and I looked up, I was like, I think that's Mark Slaughter playing guitar.
That's right, I forgot about that. That's crazy.
That was the first time I noticed it. So,
I remember watching
go ahead.
I had the same reaction. I'm like, that can't be Mark. Is that Mark Slaughter?
Hey, so you alluded to this, and you mentioned a couple of these bands. I want to talk about two big shows. So you kind of mentioned it, but I want you to mention it again. You get a big show coming up in Baltimore, and another one with Danger Danger. So kind of keep people in on those shows a little more.
Yes, we have Baltimore show is March 3rd with Y&T, and we played this venue, Soundstage, a couple months earlier with other good friends of mine, Charm City Devils. And the venue really liked us. They're like, we want you to come back. Is there any shows that you would be interested in? And, we kind of put our heads together and we saw Y&T was coming. We're all such big fans of the band. And it's a little bit of a different, they had that, they're kind of in the hair metal category, but they're also more of a classic rock band. They're very well respected. And that's a hard audience to play in front of, so I'm a little nervous for it, but we're going to give it our best. So I'm very happy we got on the show. And the fact that we're the only other band playing, that's awesome, man. That's very cool. It's nerve-wracking, but it's awesome. But we're planning for it to be a great show. We already have a lot of people that are coming out. And, it's a great stage to play because I can run around like a maniac and turn up really loud.
They're a great live band. We saw them at that very venue. We were like a night or two after the Monsters of Rock cruise, which they were on, and saw them at that same venue. And I've of course seen you take the stage there with Charm City Devils before. And the other band, man, Danger Danger. Have you ever played with them before?
We have not played with Danger Danger before, but we have always wanted to. I'm a big fan. Scotty's a really big fan, and Ted Poley actually. He's a really, really nice guy. He's been supportive of our band out of nowhere. Like he was, like Nikki Sixx, I think it was. He had something, a month ago about, we're looking for, new unknown bands to open up for 6 a.m. Who do you have? And, we look through the comment section and there's Ted Poley saying, put on DMK. I'm like, what? That's very cool of him, man. I mean, that's awesome. Scotty just introduced me to the album Screw It, and I've been listening to that on repeat for like the last 2 weeks. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of seeing Ted perform solo. I've had the pleasure of seeing him perform with Danger Danger, and I've got to say, man, he is a great frontman. He's a phenomenal vocalist still to this day.
Oh, yeah.
So, you're going to have a blast playing with those guys.
He's one of the guys that has not lost it at all. I mean, he looks the same and he sounds the same as he did back in the day. I mean,
totally agree with that.
Oh, and it's for them, it's a hometown show. It's in New Jersey, in Mexicali. And that's, I think, let me look it up. I have it written right here. I'm pretty sure it is the 25th. Yes, March 25th at Mexicali's. And, so that's a hometown show of theirs. That's going to be a great gig for us. We're really looking forward to that.
Hey, so we're going to play the tune Good Times Tonight, that single that's out there now. People are going to want to know, are you working on a full record or an EP, or are you just going to do a string of singles?
Well, we're going to try and work on a full record. That's the plan. Whether that gets cut down to an EP, I'm not sure. But right now, the plan is a full album. And I've been writing pretty much every day, and I have a bunch of new tunes that are waiting to be, thrown into the band mix and, made a little more band-friendly instead of just me coming up with my crazy ideas. But if we do a full album, which I really, really want to, it's going to be something incredible. I mean, it's really going to be, about the music, and it's going to be something that I don't think people have heard for a while, but have really been wanting to hear.
So what's the band's? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say the single's a good start, but we have a lot planned.
So what's the spring and summer look like for you guys? I see you got some of these big shows scheduled through March or whatever, but April's going to hit, and then what's the band going to be up to? April, May, June kind of time.
April, I believe we are opening up for Enough's Enough. There's other shows on the on the horizon, but we don't want to announce anything until it's 100% official, just because things happen, and you don't want to be like, oh, we're playing this show, and then it gets canceled. Right. It doesn't work out. But there are a lot of big things on the horizons, but it's all behind the scenes right now, so we'll announce it hopefully in the next couple of months as it rolls on. But the summer's going to look very good for us.
So, man, I've known you for a long time, and I know as much as you love being up on that stage, I know you're also a fan of bands. Do you have any shows that you're going to that, like, you're excited about, or do you not have time to do that now?
I'd love to go to more shows. Actually, most of the shows that I've been with recently has been with Scotty because, you know, I'm so busy. It's like, you know, I can't fit this in. And then he'll be like, no, just come along. And the last show I went to that was really, really good was Motley Crue, actually, over the summer, and that was incredible. I'm glad I got to see them one final time. I'm trying to remember. There was another show, club show, that was really good. I can't remember it. But if Kix comes along, which, you know, they seem to always do, I can't wait for that. I think I'm going to go to M3 this year. I think I'm just going to go to 2 days, just, you know, block that out in the schedule and just go, because I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of those bands. I want to see Slaughter, because I know they're playing.
Yeah, man, I hope you go to M3. We're going to be there. We have been at every M3 since they started that thing, so we're going to be wandering all over that place, and it's always a good lineup and a good time. And yeah, you're going to love Slaughter, man. I mean, if nothing else, they're such a fun band to watch because Mark is truly, truly a nice dude. But I'll tell you what, you got to watch Zoltan. If you just put yourself somewhere, you can watch your drummer Zoltan.
Oh yeah, I've heard about him. I saw him. This was a while ago, so I don't remember it as well, but we saw Vince Neil at M3, who I'm also really looking forward to see. This was years ago. This was when the Scorpions headlined, I think. And, I think Slaughter and Vince Neil's band, like the band, I think is the same.
They are. Yeah, they're the same band.
I didn't know this guy back then. I just remember seeing this drummer, come out in some sports jersey, and he's just like, beating the crap out of this thing, and it's just awesome, man. It's like Tommy Lee on steroids. So I can't wait to see him. He's always good.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. So, Teddy Merrill from the Dunbar, Merrill and Carl. The new single is out. It's called Good Times. You can pick that up on iTunes. And do you guys have some other tunes out there on iTunes as well? I mean, I know I listened to them. I just can't remember where I got them from.
Yeah, we have the EP, which is called 3, because we're so creative. We're so good with this. We can't come up with a band name. All right, well, DMK, that's our last name, 6. How many songs are on the EP? 3. All right, cool, let's call it 3. And coming soon, 4.
Yeah, so we have there and pick that one up. It's 3. Hey, look, if the White Album was good enough for the Beatles, you're
exactly.
By releasing
the White Album, the Black Album. We'll have, the 10 album. It'll be 10 songs.
Well, Ted Merrill, man, I look forward to seeing you again. And this week in Baltimore, it's with Y&T. Check them out in New Jersey with Danger. And come out to M3 Festival, and you can do like a scavenger hunt. You can look for Ted walking around watching his band play there.
Just look for the hair. Look for the hair.
The patented hair. That's it, man. So, hey, Ted, man, thanks for checking in with the Rock Show. You always love talking to you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for having me. Seriously.